Hi, I want to talk to you about something that the soap companies don't want me to talk about. That sounds a little like there's some conspiracy, and that's not really true. What I want to get at is that there's a lot of lack of knowledge out there about how to take care of skin for people who have eczema, psoriasis, or just generally dry skin, and sometimes some other conditions. It's not really a conspiracy. The soap companies aren't against us, but there are some things that they don't tell you, and that is important. For example, if you have dry skin, if you use enough soap, you will eventually tear off layers of skin. That's how soap actually works. It works by causing you to lose skin. This is not just true of soap. Soap is a mixture of lye and animal fat, but it's also true of detergents, shower gels, and other agents that tend to get us clean. Even things that mechanics use like Gojo or Goop, which get the grease and grime off their hands, it is something that works by causing skin to be shed. And quite often people who work in oily, dirty, grimy situations come in with their hands in bad shape and want to know what to do, and it's real simple. Throw away your Goop and Gojo, throw away your soap, throw away your shampoo, and develop some good habits. Now, some of those good habits, there's a paper that I have about basic hand care, but I'm talking about right now people who have generally dry skin, eczema, psoriasis, or other diseases where their skin is being shed easily and is irritated. Some of these people are actually people who do fine in the summertime, but when wintertime comes, or when even the leaves begin to fall, they start having problems. Or maybe by spring they've begun to do better, but then we have the cold snaps. We have the blackberry winter, the dogwood winter, and the whatever winter there is to have. They can't take this change in humidity back and forth between very low humidity and then high humidity and then back to low humidity. So what are we going to do? Okay, first of all, one of the earliest things that we use to clean your skin and not dry you out is simple, good old Gillette foamy shaving cream or any other brand of shaving cream, as long as on the back, and you do have to read the back, that it says that, or maybe it doesn't say, that it has lanolin in it. Lanolin in people who have dry skin can cause a lot of itching, irritation, and eczema or psoriasis in some cases. The next thing is that for some people even foamy shaving cream is too harsh, so they need to use something like Cetaphil moisturizing lotion. Cetaphil moisturizing lotion, not the cleanser, but the moisturizing lotion. It gets you clean, but it doesn't dry you out, just like foaming does. The disadvantage of these two agents is simply the fact that they don't kill germs too well, and the germs they need to kill are under the arms or other areas where you may not smell the best. So maybe you need to use a little bit of soap, a small amount of soap. Maybe you need to mix the soap with some foaming or with this, and it'll get you clean. Just don't overuse it. That's important. Otherwise you may have dry skin under your arms or under the breasts or some area like that, and the rest of you is looking good. For the super dry people, we have olive oil. As one of my patients told me, who became a convert to olive oil, he says, I know what the deal is. If you can't get me better, you're going to cook me. Well, I'm not a cannibal, but it's very simple. Olive oil is rich in some of the compounds that we don't have in our skin if we have very dry skin. So what you do is, before you get in the shower, you rub olive oil on your skin. It's important you do this before. You rub it on wherever you're dry, and wherever you're dry, you need to let it work in some. And then you take your foaming or your Cetaphil moisturizing lotion, put it on a washcloth, and start washing. What you'll do is you'll wash off the excess olive oil, and at the same time you will leave some in the skin because oil and water don't mix. In doing so, you'll find yourself much better off. How often do you use the olive oil? Well, it depends. There's some people who have to use this every day, and there's some people that need a treatment once a year. It's amazing how our differences are. Okay, I want to put in a little aside, which is important. Let's say you do have dry skin. One of the problems is that you need to consider that you might have thyroid disease, especially if you're having some other symptoms, and you can look this up on the internet, or you may have diabetes. The thirst, the weight change, and the appetite situation are tip-offs. Those are very, very important. I have a niece, when she was 2 years of age, she started getting the dry skin, and she turned out to be a very young diabetic using insulin. Important thing to catch. Okay, so with that in mind, let's move on to some other things. A lot of people come in and they're talking about their scalp being dry. One of the first things you can do is get you some Head and Shoulders hair conditioner shampoo mixture and use this. If this doesn't help you, then you need to use a half and half mixture. Half hair conditioner, whatever brand you like is good, mixed with the Head and Shoulders. Some people wind up where they only can use the hair conditioner and no shampoo, especially in the wintertime. As summer comes, they can sometimes move back to this, but as fall comes, they need to move back to the half and half, or finally simply hair conditioner only situation. Next part of the problem is that some people are itching badly and they need to have something more than just this basic skincare. In other words, don't dry your skin out situation. Sometimes they need ointments. One of the simplest ointments is Vaseline. If you're itching, you can put Vaseline on your skin after you get out of the shower. Put it on while your skin is somewhat moist. Another thing to do is don't go out into the cold air or the dry air too quickly. Stay in the house 30, 40 minutes, an hour, whatever it takes to let all the vapor get off your skin, because if you're getting vapor on your skin, you get out in cold air, it's going to chill your skin down, you're going to crack, dry out, and have a lot of problems. Okay, if that doesn't work, then what's next? Well, there are medications, and they come in different forms. They come in creams, and they're divided into two different types. One type that you can use on your hands, your arms, your legs, your general body, and then a different type that is to be used only, well, I shouldn't say only, but can be used on the face, under the arms, on the nipples, or on the genitals, or even around the anal area. The difference is that the ones that are used on the hands, arms, legs have fluorine in them, and your dermatologist needs to know which ones those are. The fluorinated ones are too strong for your face. They'll thin your skin, they'll make you look like an old lady or an old man. Maybe you already do. Well, they'll thin your skin where it breaks open and bleeds spontaneously. So you've got to know your medicines, and this is shown on a sheet here that we have. There's an information sheet we have called Skincare for Dry or Damaged Skin. And it goes into what I just said, but it also details some of the medicines that we use on certain areas. It talks about the areas such as the back, chest, hands. It also talks about children or the adult face, the ears, the genital areas, the underarms, and it lists the medicines. This is important for you to get one of these particular sheets. There's some people that they can use a lotion called ammonium lactate. It's listed on here. It's very good as long as you don't have any eczema and you just simply have dry skin. There's some no-nos. I mentioned earlier lanolin, making sure that lanolin's not in your shaving cream. Lanolin causes a lot of problems and sneaks up on people. Also, Neosporin, very bad. About 1 out of 20 Americans are very sensitive to Neosporin. They get a poison ivy-like reaction. Another one is called polysporin, sometimes known as Walsporin if you go to Walgreens, and Walmart has, I think, a Quake brand, something like that. You've got to read the back of the tube and see what's in there. If it's got polysporin, polymyxin, Neosporin, neomycin, bacitracin, not good for you. A lot of people want to put vitamin K on their skin. That's okay, but they get it mixed up with vitamin E. Vitamin E is bad. Probably 1 out of 100 Americans are sensitive to vitamin E. I just don't really like for people to put vitamin E on their skin. It feels good, but there are a lot of people that come in itching later and they want to know what to do. They've been doing everything else right, but the vitamin E has caused what we call an irritant or allergic contact dermatitis. The sheet goes into that. Make sure you get one, read it, be familiar with it. There's going to be a test later. The test is on your skin, and you're going to be the person that's being tested. Thank you.